Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So happy Martin Luther King Day. Today is no stock market, so I thought that we'd do a little bit of a different video. We're going to talk about the biggest mistake that you can make in 2023 regarding Palantir or Tesla or actually any other stock. And we're going to use the wisdom of no other than Warren Buffett himself, but that will come later in the video. As always, if you like this type of content, then please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to go even further, you can check out the Patreon where you can get access to exclusive content and exclusive videos. One of the exclusive videos that I've done is about my stock market investment strategy, where I explain something that I really don't think gets enough attention, that can be a really nice hack in your investment journey. So go ahead and check it out. So let's begin the video. The worst mistake regarding Palantir and Tesla, and as I said, many other stocks that you can do. And it is that we are not in 2022 anymore. So many people have been burned, including me, in 2022, and probably you are hurting. But you need to be able to be exterior to the situation and look at where we are. We are probably going to bottom in 2023 if we have not already bottomed. And if you are looking at me like you think that I'm crazy, then that is a sign that you're not exterior enough and you might be influenced by your emotions. Let me show you what I mean. I found this great article about bear markets, and just a few facts about bear markets since 1929. Bear markets are normal. There have been 26 bear markets in the S&P 500 since 1928, 27 bull markets also. Bear markets are short-lived. The average length of a bear market is 289 days, or about 9.6 months. We are so well over this number now. The S&P 500 is about 14 months into this bear market, and tech stocks and innovations, some of them are closing in on 2 years. That is crazy. Then there is a bunch of really good data here. I can link this article in the description box below, but the main takeaway here was that we are way over the average now. And I read somewhere that the longest bear market was 2 years and something, and this is what we have the chance. So if we don't bottom in 2023, it will be the longest bear market recorded since these papers are written. So it's very, very likely that we are going to bottom in 2023. And if this is hard for you to believe, it just shows how bearish the sentiment has become. And I actually got the idea for this video looking at a podcast, and I'm going to go into this in a bit. It's going to be very interesting. So I was thinking, what is the bottom like? So how do we know that we are in the bottom? Well, it must be just like the top, but everything is the opposite, right? So then I was looking at, okay, what did I see on this in the stock market in 2021 when we were at the top? And it's very interesting. When Tesla was at $400, or Palantir was at $44, but I wasn't following Palantir at that time. I was following Tesla, right? So when you were doing your evaluation at that time, what you came to basically was that, yes, Tesla could possibly be worth more than $400 in the future, but they needed perfect execution, everything to go their way, and then some for many years to come, so that the price would stay at $400. So in essence, you came to a period where you have no upside for many years to come, even as a mega bullish investor. And you could, if anything happened, if Elon Musk farted or coughed or something, the stock price would go down. So basically, you had zero chance of making money on the short term, and you only had downside. And this was really what I felt on the stock market. Any stock that I was looking at that was very overvalued at the time, it was, even if I was a believer in the company, I felt that somehow the stocks took money from their own future, if you understand what I mean, and you have to wait in so that the stocks grow into that valuation. Now, what is that like on the bottom? So on the bottom, I guess it would be the inverse, meaning that you only have upsides on the stocks, and even if the bearish scenarios would come through, the stock price would stay the same for many 2, 3, or 4 years to come. And if you have watched my videos, I have done a recent Palantir valuation video, a recent Tesla valuation video, and in both videos I came to the conclusion that if I'm buying at these prices, and I'm willing to hold it for 2-3 years, even if it becomes the worst case scenario, the stock would just stay the same. So in essence, what I'm saying is that I don't have a downside and there is only an upside, which is really the mirror image of what it was like at the top. And why am I saying this? Because I'm really getting the vibes of this meme. Obviously, I don't like Bitcoin. My two favorite stocks are Tesla and Palantir. I don't know what your favorite stocks are, but this is really the vibe on Wall Street right now. There has been so many people that were lining up to buy Tesla at $400. Palantir was all over everywhere when it was, $44. It was the hottest thing in town. And it's the same company today. And no. It's actually not the same company. It's a way better company today for 85% off. And there is me and you probably who's watching this channel who is buying and everybody else is selling. It doesn't make any sense. And this is where I came to some old guy that we all know who talks about his biggest investment mistakes. And I think it's really a good time to have a look at this video in a new unit of time and just look at what this guy is saying.
But the biggest mistakes we've made by far, I've made, not we've made, biggest mistakes I've made by far are mistakes of omission and not commission. I mean, it's the things I knew enough to do, they were within my circle of competence, and I was sucking my thumb. And that is really, those are the ones that hurt. They don't show up anyplace. I probably cost Berkshire at least $5 billion, for example, by sucking my thumb 20 years ago or close to it when Fannie Mae was having some troubles, and we could have bought the whole company for practically nothing. And I don't worry about that if it's Microsoft because I don't know it. Microsoft isn't in my circle of competence. And so I don't have any reason to think I'm entitled to make money out of Microsoft or out of cocoa beans or whatever. But I did know enough to understand Fannie Mae, and I blew it. And that never shows up under conventional accounting. But I know the cost of it. I know. I passed it up, and those are the big mistakes. And I've had plenty of them. And unless I tell you about them in the annual report, and I resist the temptation sometimes, unless I tell you about them in the annual report, you're not going to know it because it doesn't show up under conventional accounting. But omission is way bigger than commission. There's big opportunities in life have to be seized. We don't do very many things, but when we get the chance to do something that's right and big, we've got to do it. And even to do it in a small scale is just as big a mistake almost as not doing it at all. I mean, you've really got to grab them when they come, because you're not going to get 500 great opportunities.
So you heard it. Basically, the biggest mistake he has ever made was having his field of expertise, seeing the opportunity and not acting on it. And the worst thing about this mistake is that it doesn't show up anywhere. So this was a very timely video to look at this time, 14 months into a bear market. And if you understand Palantir and if you understand Tesla, this is actually how I got the idea for this video, because there was a podcast, doesn't matter who did the podcast, and there was a guy there who was singing praises of Tesla. And then the two other podcasters were like, but you're such an idiot. Why are you not buying the company then? And then he said, yeah, but it's because it's going to go lower. And then they said, yeah, but what if it doesn't go any lower? And even if it goes lower, based on what you're saying, the stock price is going to be 1,000 or 1,200. And does it matter if you bought it for 105 or 110 or 98? And they were so right. And this guy just couldn't answer this question. So this potentially can be the biggest mistake when you tell your kids 20 years from now that in 2023, there was a period when Tesla was $100 and they're looking at the chart and Tesla is at, $2,000 or $3,000. And you said, I wanted it to drop one more dollar and that's why I didn't buy it. And then your kids are going to be like, Grandpa, you're such an idiot. And you're going to say, I know, Vince warned me about this. So to make sure you don't make this mistake, hit the subscribe button, check out the Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if this video helped you at all, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.